Mary Quant is a London-based, self-taught fashion designer for youth-oriented fashions. Her designs were popular in the 60s and 70s, and her influence is still felt on the clothing we wear today. Mary was born in 1934 in Blackheath, London, to two Welsh school teachers. Her parents refused to allow her to take fashion courses in college, so in 1953 she graduated from Goldsmith with a degree in art education. Shortly after her graduation, she opened her own boutique, The Bazaar, in the basement of a friend and her future husband's restaurant, The Alexander. She originally planned to buy the clothing for her store, but after her first year, she found it quite difficult to find the aesthetic she desired and concluded that making her own designs would eliminate this problem. As she became more and more successful, she opened her second store in 1957. This success ultimately led to her not only receiving a design contract with JCPenney in 1962, but the following year she was able to create Mary Quant's Ginger Group, which was a cheaper diffusion line that was brought into the UK's mass market. In 1962, she also received the Sunday Times International Award for jolting England out of a conventional attitude towards clothes. In 1966, she went on to receive the Order of British Empire, and then, a company with more success, she was able to open a third store in 1967. By 1973, she was asked to place her garments in Mary Quant's London, an exhibition at the London Museum in Kensington Palace. By 1990, she received a Hall of Fame award presented by the British Fashion Council for her outstanding contribution to the British fashion industry, and most recently, in 2015, she became a dame in the New York Honors List. Mary had many successes, but her most iconic ones are hot pants and the miniskirt. Mary can be thanked for many of the clothes that we wear to this day because of the hot pants and the miniskirt that she created. Most designers at the time wouldn't have dared to go as short as she did until after she had done it. Her visual aesthetic was based around the dancers and musicians of the Chelsea set, and the mods are modernist in their love of Italian sportswear, sharp tailoring, and clean outlines. She received the modern vibe from her clothing by using white plastic collars to brighten up sweaters and dresses, as well as playing with scale and proportion. This attempt with playing with scale resulted in the perfect balance with her miniskirts and her line of brightly colored tights, which were like bold, high fashion version of the practical outfits she'd worn as a child at school and at dance classes. She targeted a young audience of women that were looking for fresh, unique looks at competitive prices. They went to her when they were looking for items to help them stand out. Quant says she based her designs off the women on King's Road, as they were making easy, youthful, simple clothes in which you could move in which you could run and jump, and she would make them the length that the customer wanted. These customers begged her to make them shorter and shorter, which helped to result in the miniskirt. From the late 1950s to early 1960s, the Bazaar was one of the few shops in London that offered an alternative to mature styles produced by other designers. Not only that, but it also offered a radically different shopping experience than the other couriers, department stores, and chain stores that made up the mainstream fashion market. At Bazaar, loud music, free drinks, witty window displays, and extended evening hours created a scene that often kept going late into the evening. Young women traveled to Bazaar to enjoy shopping for something different in a much less formal environment. Her pricing techniques were average at the time and resembled many other retailers in her area. She created a wide range of products, including women's clothing, rainwear, men's hats, shoes, sunglasses, children's wear, as well as a cosmetics line at some point within her career.